Anyone would think, said Douglas, that Donald had his accident on purpose. I heard tell about an engine and some tar wagons. Shut up, said James. It's not funny.
Donald and Douglas are Scottish twin locomotives, both created by the Reverend W. Awdry. They would first appear in the Railway Series book The Twin Engines, which was published in 1960, and the twins have made several on and off appearances since then. Sir Topham Hatt had only wanted one engine, but was actually sent both, and over time tried to decide which engine he wanted to keep. However, over time Sir Topham would find that the engines worked better as a duo, and decided to keep both twins for his railway. Following this, they would carry the numbers 9 and 10 respectively, and in the Railway Series books will be painted a royal blue, something in which the show would not follow in. The engines, just like Awdry's model, are based on the CR Class 812. Awdry's model of Donald would reflect the RWS much more than the TV series would, but the Reverend would only ever end up making Donald for his model railway. There was never a Douglas, and now that same model is on display at a narrow gauge museum in Wales. Donald and Douglas's Gauge 1 models were a lot like the others, that being the fact that they're custom builds with Perspex body shells and used Markland locomotive parts as donors, for example the chassis and various other parts. They were painted with automotive paint and lined with red and white automotive pinstripe tape, and their numbers would be custom cut vinyl stickers. Their chassis and tender wheels were sourced from the Markland Gauge 1 locomotive, the BR55, and their buffer beams and funnels would also come from the same locomotive. 11 different facial expressions were sculpted to be used for the twins, and several episodes contain several mistakes that revolve around the twins. For example, in the second season episode Brake Fan, Douglas is mistakenly wearing his nameplate during the last part of the episode. Therefore, in the original version, there's actually a black sensor bar covering up the nameplate. In remastered versions, however, this is still quite visible. At one point in Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree, Donald and Douglas can be seen with their nameplates missing, so it's a reversible problem. And in the episode Scaredy Engines, one of the twins' models without its tender nameplate is used as Edward's ghost train. So the models definitely saw their share of use, and for a fitting sort of end, Donald and Douglas both are now on display at the Hara Model Railway Museum. Though their eyes have pretty visibly been changed, it's good to see that both models are in good condition. Donald and Douglas would share a close-up model, as such would be required for scenes with close-up scale figures, but unlike the other close-up models, the only thing that was built for them was the tender. It was made with a filler cap, which was something that the regular models didn't have, and at one point they even used a British £1 coin to represent this. This close-up model would only appear in the third season, however, and the close-up model of James was used to show the locomotive's interior. In 2009, the series would introduce CGI to replace the live-action models, and in 2014, Donald and Douglas would be remodeled by ARC Productions for the production of the 2015 special Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Their models were quote-unquote hand-sculpted in Maya, a 3D animation and modeling software, and photographs of their Gauge 1 models were used for referencing. Besides some minor facial differences, nameplates, and textures, their CGI models are pretty identical. But as I'm sure you all know by now, I'm always a fan of the classic, so personally I prefer the models. But it definitely was good to see these two come back at least in some capacity, and from that point forward have more important roles. So for that I have to commend Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, but I still wouldn't say it's as good as, any of the classic episodes. But hey, at least it's good to see that they didn't forget about such important characters, and fans of Thomas and Friends never will either. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, as there's always more train videos on the way. It also really helps to let me know that you guys want to see this series keep going, and with all that being said, hopefully I was able to teach you guys a little bit more about the history behind Donald and Douglas. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
She can whistle. I've heard her.
Yeah. So have I. It's because she's magic. The railroad needs Lady, but I don't know her special secret. And I need to know it now more than ever.